If I'm manufacturer of keyboard in front of me now, presently I can see a keyboard, so I would like to exemplify a keyboard. If I'm manufacturer of keyboard, then I would be sending keyboard, I would be selling keyboard ultimately to customers, but there would be a channel called distribution management or carry and forward agents. What carry and forward agents would be? They would be super stockist, wholesaler, dealer, distributor, retailer, and ultimately from retailers only I would like to buy my products. So in Gujarat, I might have kept a super stockist. He might have invested more than um, 3 to 5 crores of rupees, or in crores of rupees, or ultimately he might have bought products in bulk from me. Now he would be uh, selling these products to his tied up wholesalers, from wholesalers to dealers, then distributors, then retailers. Or again, if you would be exemplifying in Gujarat, if there would be one super stockist only, then there may be 3 to 4 wholesalers. One wholesaler would be handling North Gujarat, one would be handling South Gujarat, one would be handling Saurashtra, and one would be handling um, Central Gujarat. Okay. Now again, there would be dealers. So it may be per district there would be one dealer, or for a larger district like Ahmedabad, Surat, or Baroda, or larger capacity is there, then there would be 2 or 3 dealers. Again, in a district, there would be near about 10 to 15 tehsils or talukas. So, in each and every tehsil, there would be a distributor. Again, in a tehsil or taluka, if Ahmedabad city is there, then again there would be 1 or 2 distributors, and there may be near about 5,000, 10,000 distributors. 5,000, 10,000 distributors for wafers or chips. You can, I mean, or if you would be exemplifying keyboard or IT products, then there may be near about 1,000 or 2,000. Okay. So I push my products. Pulling means I would be advertising the things, and customers would be attracted towards me to buy my products, to attracted towards my brand, and they would like to buy my product. So that is a pull strategy. So again, what wholesaler or retailer, what difference would be there? Wholesaler or a dealer, distributor, or super stockist, he would be investing more, and retailer would be investing less. Wholesaler, dealer, distributor, they would be keeping few brands, but retailer's pain is there that he will have to keep maximum or most of the brands or all the brands what are in demand presently. Like if you are a medical store, medical retail outlet, then there may be customers who would ask for Patanjali toothpaste. There may be customers who would ask for Close Up, Pepsodent, Colgate, Colgate Max Fresh, Sensodyne, or Patanjali Dant Kranti, or Miswak, or Sibaka, or Babul, or Bandar Chap, or Dabur Lal Dant Manjan, or even tooth powder, or even there may be customers who would ask about Glister. So, what is your pain? Your pain is there that you will have to keep each and every brand what is being demanded by customers. That is pain of a retailer. But what is gain for? If at all in life pain would be there, then there should be some gain too. What is gain of customer? Gain of retailer? Retailer's gain is that he would be having maximum profit out of whatever he would be selling. Like if Vicks Balm, 100 rupees Vicks Balm, a retailer, a medical retail outlet is going to sell, then near about 35 to 55 rupees may be his profit. So his profit would exceed, or his profit would be more than a manufacturer. But he will have to keep many brands. He would be engaged with most of the brands, what are demands in the market, and so many different products would be there. Now again, coming to wholesaler or distributor, dealer, then they would be keeping some of the brands, or there it may be like they may keep one or two brands or only one brand. You might have heard about some of the people, they would be agency for Cadbury or Pepsi or Balaji wafers or Samrat Namkeen. Then you might have seen their warehouse or logistics, or you might have seen their um, go down where only particular one brand would be there. So and even their profit or their gain would be less, like 5 to 10% profit would be there. But yeah, what is gain for them if they cannot keep maximum or major brands? Then there should be some gain too. Their gain is they would be able to sell the products in bulk. They would be able to sell the products to their downside channel in bulk. Okay. So let's see what's there in the chapter. Zara controls all aspects of its supply chain. Zara is a brand for girls like Teasel. Retailing. All of the activities involved in selling goods or services directly to final consumers for personal, non-business use. If I'm going to buy any of the product or service from a retailer, then I'm final consumer. If you go to retail outlet to buy some tea or coffee or chocolates or some medicine, or you might have gone to Reliance Fresh to buy some vegetables, or you might have gone to some of retail outlet to buy some apparels at Lal Darwaja or Central Mall or Big Bazaar or Handloom. Then all of these are retail outlets. Even whatever size of malls would be, they are retailer only. But yeah, their capacity would be higher, and sometimes their capacity may be higher than dealer distributors, because their footfalls would be higher. Maximum customers would be visiting their malls, and um, what customers mentality presently we are from the generation who are most laziest one. We would like to get each and everything at our doorstep, or we would like to buy so many things from a single outlet. So only mall culture is popular and mall culture is successful. Types of retailers: specialty stores, supermarket, discount stores, catalog showroom. Specialty store, again, we can take example of Zara only, or we can take example of Allen Solly. Even Zara or Allen Solly you might not have heard, then Options you might have heard. There is a store in Mumbai called Options, and most of the Bollywood celebrities, they buy their apparels from Options only. So that is specialty store, means special category or specific products only would be there at the retail outlet, and even due to their specialty, it would be somewhat costly too. Supermarket, as you know, we have exemplified like Walmart and Big Bazaar and so many. Discount stores are also again so many, and some of the supermarkets or some of the specialty stores like Aso Palau, they would like to portray portray themselves like they are discount stores. You might have seen some of billboards of Aso Palo like 60% discount, 70% discount. We'd feel like, yeah, it's a discount store. This is like a brand factory. 70% discount. Oh, 70% discount. Now I would like to buy some saris for whomsoever female would be there in my life. Okay, let me buy some saris. Okay. Now, when you'd go, you'd enter the retail outlet, Asopalo, you'll come to know after 70% discount too. The cheapest rate of the sari would be 15,000. So you'll come to know it's ultimately specialty store, but they just want to portray themselves like they are a discount store. Catalog showroom, in catalog showroom, there may be again so many different types of catalog showrooms. Like at some of the showrooms, only catalogs or information would be there. At some of the showrooms, there would be LCDs and information about different products, brands, their features, their discounts, from where you can buy, or doorstep delivery. Such type of information would be there. You just have to go, you just have to click each and everything, and the speed of the delivery would be like you'd reach your home, and before you reach your home, your the products whatever you might have bought would reach at your home. Retail life cycle stages of growth and decline that we already know. As I tell you, like we all are mortals, and we would be dying. Same way, product life cycle we have understood, introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. Same way over here for retail too. Retail growth would be there, and at a time, retail decline would be there. You might have seen there was a time during 2007, 8, 9, it was boom, it was growth or maturity for Big Bazaar. But presently, you might have observed like Big Bazaar retail stores, they are not doing wonders. But you might have seen some of new supermarkets like National Handloom or D-Mart, they are doing wonders. They are doing better than Big Bazaar. Otherwise, they were just kids. They were just nascent when Big Bazaar was at maturity stage. So, wheel of retailing hypothesis. New stores emerge after conventional stores increase services and raise prices to cover the cost. That is there. Whenever um, most of the established stores, they would like to they would like to earn more profit, so they would increase price. As Big Bazaar 2007, 8, 9, when they'd started with the punchline सबसे अच्छा सबसे सस्ता, and people there started wondering like if cheapest product, best product at cheapest rates would be there, then I would like to visit that store. But ultimately, slowly and gradually, they had increased the price. But now, at present, if you'd be visiting D-Mart or National Handloom, then you'd come to know each and every branded product like Colgate or Close Up or Tirupati edible oil or sunflower edible oil or any of biscuits or grocery or all of the branded products, they would be selling each and every product at lesser rate than whatever MRP would be, and even rates would be 10% to 30% lesser. So these are booming retail outlets. They are new retail outlets, and so only now most of the crowd would like to go to such type of stores. Level of service: self-service, self-selection, limited service, full service. Now, if you'd be visiting Aso Palau, where 5,000, 10,000, 1 lakh, 10 lakh, such type of saris they are going to sell, then ultimately they would be serving you with full service only. ओ हो आइए मैम, हाँ हाँ हाँ, बस बस बेटे मैम, ये क्या चाहिए वो आप बताइए। अच्छा लस्सी मंगाओ ना, चाय मंगाओ ना, एकदम जूस मंगाओ ना, 100% सर्विस वुड बी देयर, 100% courtesy would be there, 100% central LC would be there, no any loophole you'd be able to find out. But when brand factories, such type of retail stores would be there, then customized or personalized attention would not be there for you. You'll have to find out products what can fit your requirement. Your requirement means what, at what price you wish to buy, or what would be your fittings. So there would be limited service per head, means per group or per head one salesperson would not be there. But yeah, in full service, if you'd be visiting Aso Palau, if you'd be visiting some of gold jewelry showroom, per head or per group one salesperson would be there. Self selection: self selection means if you'd be visiting DMart or Reliance showroom, Reliance Mall or National Handloom, then there would be self selection. Yes, some of salespersons would be there, but you just don't have to ask for help. You just have to select whatever products you wish to select in a basket, in a carry bag, and you just have to pay. Each and every product would be having a barcode, and just cashier would be scanning each and every product, and bill would be ready. You just pay and you will be out. So it is called self service technology in service marketing. But yeah, again, self selection and self service. Self service means it is highly self service technology, means no any interference would be there. If you'd be visiting handloom or DMart, then too there would be some of the salesperson. If you ask about your fittings here, do you have any double XL, triple XL kurti, double XL, triple XL pamper, double XL, triple XL short jeans, or some of shoes what can fit my feet. Such type of questions when would be there in your mind, you may ask to salesperson, and they would be they would be answering your queries. They would come to you, they would serve you like anything. But whenever is they are being asked, till then they are not going to see what you are doing. So that is self selection. And self service, as weird explain, like what catalog showrooms would be self service only, 100% self service. Or even your ATMs or coffee vending machines or cold drink vending machines are 100% self service. Non-store retailing, direct selling, direct marketing, automatic vending, buying service. Buying service, as you know, that is most of the time traditional only. Automatic vending is again vending machines. You can exemplify. Direct marketing is marketing or sending messages to a person in person, sending message to customer or consumer or prospect in person. It may be direct mails, it may be a phone call, it may be a sales call, a salesperson would be visiting, or it may be some physical letters you'd be sending. Direct selling, you can take example of Eureka Forbes. Eureka Forbes or Kantaro people, they would be visiting you, your home. They would be explaining each and every feature of the product. And if you wish to buy, then directly, even they would be having merchant establishment. You just have to swipe your card and you haven't visited the store and you bought the product. The new retail environment differentiation has eroded. Limited time only pop-up outlets. Pop-up outlets means in India what we call them as seasonal stores for firecrackers or for Holi. Some of the colors would be there, or during this Navratri, Chania Choli stores would be there. All these are pop-up outlets, adding specialty products and customer focus services. Specialty products or customer focus services ultimately would be costly only, and they would be having premium quality, and even premium customers would be there. Growth in global competition. Now, global competition, specialty products, pop-up outlet, and differentiation. If each and everything we would be adding for online sales or online buying, then you can see differentiation is there for each and every product or even pricing. For a cell phone only, if you wish to buy a cell phone, there would be different prices from different websites, like on Amazon or on Chroma, there would be different prices, or even different features they might have shown, or for each and every segment of the customers, they wish to sell different products with different features. Xiaomi, when they had already started growing or they had already reached at maturity, they had started their stores or in some of retailer outlets, Redmi or Realme products would be available, or Redmi or Realme advertisements you would be able to see. Otherwise, from online market only, selling their phones on internet only, they had set a benchmark. At same time, Vivo and Oppo, they were busy with just outdoor marketing only. So these are different strategies for retailers or companies for retailing their products. Retail marketing decisions. First of all, you will have to understand who is your target market. For targeting, that is best example what I had already exemplified, like in 2005, Fair and Handsome, that 2004, Fair and Handsome, that launch, and Imami, that launched Fair and Handsome, and they done a research on Fair and Lovely, like more than 60% youngsters, young boys, they use Fair and Lovely. Now, on the basis of that only, they come with Fair and Handsome, like छुप छुप के लड़कियों वाली क्रीम मत लगाओ, लेकिन मर्दों वाली क्रीम लगाओ, and later on Shah Rukh and Salman and such type of brand celebrities they started using. So first of all, you'll have to understand who is your target market. Even if we can exemplify some of advertisements, we would be um, seeing like why they have kept such type of celebrity or such type of person who is not of good look for advertisement, because he or she would be representing that particular segment. That's why they are going and they have used that particular person for target market. Even Flipkart, you might have seen, like Ranbir Kapoor would be there, Alia Bhatt would be there, and opponent to Ranbir Kapoor or Alia Bhatt, a child would be there with mustache or with somewhat older looks. Why do they wish to do such type of things? Because children or youngsters, they would like to buy online products. Some of elderly persons or some of the gray haired or bald haired persons, they would not like to buy online products. They would just like to visit stores, or they would not be that much risk taking, or they would not um, have faith on online stores, or they would be having fear of online fraud. Such type of things would be there. So they wish to target young kids, and that's why they wish to portray like young kids would like to buy Flipkart fashionable products. Product assortment and procurement. Now again, if online would be there, then your server designer or your web designer or search engine designer, he would be making this task easier for you of product assortment and procurement. But yeah, if at all a large mall or a store would be there, then assorting the things where each and every product would be, how you'd be procuring, how purchase would be there, what discount you are going to get from the manufacturer, and what discount you can offer to customers per piece, what would be your profit, or for some of the products you'd be incurring loss too, but where are you going to cover this loss? Such type of strategies would be there. High markup or lower volume, lower markup, higher volume means some of the products you'd see like Bisleri or Aquafina or Pepsi or Thumbs Up. If at all you made a brand, then high markup pricing may be there, whatsoever quantity you are going to give to customers. But due to you do have a strong brand, you'd be able to sell your product. Services and store atmosphere. Now again, whenever you'd be visiting any of the service store, any of the product store, if at all atmosphere or ambience would be uh, eye catchy or attractive, then you'd be affectionate toward that store, and again frequently you'd like to visit that place, or you'd be habituated, or you'd be brand loyal towards that retail outlet. And even girls or ladies would state like અમે તો બધું ક્રોમાથી લઈએ હો, અમે તો અહીંયા છીએ બીજે નથી. What does it mean? They have liked the store atmosphere, they have liked the salesperson's behavior, like yes, namaste ma'am, how are you ma'am, what would you like to uh, buy today, can I show you some of new arrivals, such type of things. And even cleanliness or scented atmosphere or well illuminated atmosphere or some artifacts, such type of things can attract your customers towards your retail store. Store activities and experiences, again communication and location in, and even some of the stores, Radio Mirchi or Big FM, such type of inbuilt radio would be there. And location is again a greater strategy to decide about where your uh, retail outlets location would be. At some of point, due to location only, cheap quality products are being sold, and at some point best quality product would be there, but it is not being sold due to location problem. This is upscale discounter example. Enhance sensory experience, feel, look, sound, smell, taste. If lemon tree restaurant would be there, then lemon smell would be there. Soothing smell would be there. Some nostalgic music would be there. Such type of things would attract or would retain your customers with you. Otherwise, attrition is always there. Attrition is the rule of the universe. Private label brand, one developed by retailers and wholesalers. Even at some point of time, if you might have visited DMart or Handloom, they people they do sell their own brands like National Handloom Tuvar Dal or National Handloom uh, chane ki dal, or even at DMart, I have seen some of clothes with their own brands they are selling. Means generic products they would be buying, yeah, checking quality or whatever pricing, but labeling with their own brand, they would like to sell the products. Generics, unbranded, plainly packaged, less expensive versions of common products. Generic word you might have heard like Saridon or Anacin would be of 2 rupees, or even Vicks Balm 100 rupees. Vicks Balm at present, if at all you are going to produce and you can produce at your home, meet me personally if you wish to do that, then we with just 2 to 3 rupees you can produce Vicks Balm, and what is being sold in market for 100 rupees. So 100 rupees quality and 100 rupees quantity you can get with just 2 rupees. That is possible due to generic drugs. Generic drugs, as you'd be knowing about Jan Aushadhi Kendra of government. While selling, all the activities in selling goods or services to those who buy or resell for business use. Merchant wholesaler, full service wholesaler, limited service wholesaler, brokers, agents, manufacturers and retailers, branches and offices, specialized wholesalers. How wholesalers differ from retailers: pay less attention to promotion, atmosphere and location. Transactions are usually larger and cover a larger trade area. Different legal regulation, taxes, as we already explained. What wholesalers do: sell, promote, buy, assortment, bulk breaking, warehousing, transportation, financing, risk bearing, market information, trends in wholesaling, new sources, competition would be there, revisiting decisions, most of the things we have discussed. Now, what is difference between logistics and warehousing? Warehousing means you'd be having a godown, and in that godown you kept or you stored products in bulk. But whereas in logistics, transportation is also being considered. Means from your godown to different retailers who would be taking your products, how many trucks or transportation vehicles are required, how many drivers are required. Such type of transportation consideration would be there, like port and CPM method, assignment method you already learned. So if such type of things are being considered or added, then it would be logistics. And even in inventory, what people are involved in all these things, warehousing and logistics. If you are going to consider, then it would be inventory management. And at present, even as banking and insurance, logistics also they do have more and more vacancies, or even employment strength is there. Now, supply chain management (SCM) starts before physical distribution, covering procurement, input, conversion, finished products. Ultimately, C and F. What at starting of chapter we had explained, market logistics. Integrated logistics system is with IT. If you would be adding all the things, market logistics decision, order processing, warehousing, inventory, and transportation. So this is all from my side about retailing and wholesaling. Thank you. Thanks a lot.